Hello everyone, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to another World of Tanks video, and today we are talking about the grand release of the information about the new Frontline. First we have a brief overview, then we have the Frontline combined with the Battle Pass experience, something about the new combat reserves, the controversial topic being the Tier IX tanks and the rental vehicles. Let's talk about the brief overview. For the people which do not know what Frontline is, it's a 30 versus 30 game mode on a big map where you have several respawns and some combat reserves. Your basic goal as an attacker is to push out the enemy teams, capture at minimum 4 points to then destroy 3 out of 5 pillboxes. The more points you capture, up to 6, you are allowed to get more time, having more time to destroy those pillboxes. You need Tier 8 vehicles, now new also Tier 9 vehicles, but apparently you don't need them, they're just allowed, and there will be rental vehicles. It will also start on the 16th of August, and then we have in August, September, November and October we have those 4 different times. Now, because Wargaming decided to do it combined with the Battle Pass, you will be able to get Battle Pass points. If you win and you're in the top 5, you get 25 points, in the top 20, 10 points, in the top 30, nothing. When you are losing, you get 10 points in the top 5, 5 points in the top 20, and once again, nothing when you're in top 30 to 21. This already brings up an interesting little thing. Something which we actually weren't able to get the answer of. Because we didn't know last year if you win in Frontline, you would get more credits in XP or not. We don't know that yet, or at least I don't know. So let me know in the comment section below if you do know the answer to that. But as far as I know, we didn't get a concrete answer, and we just all assumed that it doesn't matter because in random battles, if you win, you get more points, more credits, more credits and more experience. That is why when you are losing and get an epic medal like Top Gun, Defender, whatever the hell, you get the Courageous Resistance reward, which gives you additional XP and credits. The same amount of XP and credits as if you would have won. Then there will also be Frontline tiers where you will also be getting points for your Battle Pass, and it goes up to 15, so meaning you can get up to 280 points, at least that is what is written on the webpage. And as you can see, you will also be getting directives like vent purges, exhausts, stabilizer grousers, fuel replacement, a controversial one, and some, well, quicker reloads and aim time stuff. Some people might already notice that if this is really the finished rewards list, where are the 2D styles? Where is the bonds? Where are the credit boosters? Because, as you can see, it's only directives. Look, this is pure speculation, because we don't know yet if this is the end of the rewards. But I do have a nagging feeling, like it's the back of my head, and it's telling me, Raging, this is the reward you're going to get, because it is tied to the Battle Pass, and Wargaming thinks that having a Battle Pass with equal to even less rewards than back in last year is the same as having a Battle Pass and Frontline rewards at the same time. It's just this nagging feeling, you know. But again, this is pure speculation. Let's hope it is speculation and we will get proper rewards for reaching those different Frontline tiers. But yeah, Wargaming decided to also give us an revamped combat reserve system, as well as 3 new combat reserves. We get the minefields, which we know from the Steel Hunter. You are able to see them if you get close to them, and you are able to destroy them while shooting them. Then we're getting the Sentinel, which is basically a camper-ish combat reserve, which allows you to have better camouflage, better camo breaking, so it's great for TDs and for spotter people. And lastly, we get the field repairs, which we already know from the Steel Hunter mode. But apparently you do not lose it when you are getting shot at. New is that all tank classes are getting 3 categories. New is that you are not needing to upgrade those combat reserves anymore like you did last year around with reaching those different frontline levels. So back in the days we had to focus our attention, for example, on engineering, which is a great topic by the way and a good thing, and so on and so forth. And back in the days we were able to mix and match whatever we wanted. We could get an artist strike and the air strike, or we could get engineering and inspire, but this is not happening anymore. Now you can see that heavies are allowed at level 1 to get 1 attack category, 1 tactical category, and 1 recon one, while the mediums get first a tactical, then a firepower, and then a recon one. TDs get recon, firepower, tactical, and lights as well as RDs get recon, tactical, and firepower. And this is important, as you can see down below. You are able to level them up through your in-game rank, which is kind of interesting if you ask me. But as you can see, at level 1 or at the private rank, you get access to your first slot. So for example, if I'm a heavy tank, I might use the airstrike, for example, because it stuns people and it does decent chunk of damage. If I get the next level, I will be able to, for example, get the recon flight. And at level 3, I'm able to get my, at level 2, I would get a tactical one, which means I probably get my engineering one, which is important to push and get XP. And at level 3, or at this lieutenant rank, we are getting our final one, the recon one, which, for example, I guess we would take a smoke screen to help us advance, or the recon flight to spot for our TDs. And lastly, for captain and major, we get level up 2 and 3 for our first one, which would be the airstrike. And at general rank, we will get level 2 on our engineering. So I guess engineering might not be the best option anymore, at least for heavy tanks. It looks like for medium tanks, it will still be a decent option, but everything else will have a tough call because you need this engineering early on. So Wargaming basically switched a little bit the priority. This is now more of a system akin to what we would have in a Call of Duty with the kill streaks or score streaks. So if you perform well, you get more points, which allows you to have access to a wider range and stronger range of combat reserves. Is it a good change? Nyeh. Is it bearable? Yeah, sure. Like it is just a re-evaluation of how combat reserves work, which is okay, I would say. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Tier 9 tanks in our Tier 8 Frontline game mode. They will only get unlocked if the attacking team is able to capture one of the D point, E or F point. Doesn't matter which map. As long as the attacker is capturing either D, E, or F, the attackers and the defenders are allowed to spawn Tier 9 tanks. So why is this a little bit of a controversial topic? Let's be cynical for a moment and say that Wargaming wants to destroy our fun with Frontline, because Frontline was basically the mode for getting credits. It is the credit haven. You play in platoon, you pop out boosters, you play premium tanks, bada bam, bada boom. If you're good, you make 550,000 credits per game. Meaning you can get like 1.65 million per hour. That is pretty good, you know. That is, it's a pretty good value, you know. Obviously, you need to get lucky and have to get good game. So your average will probably be around 1 million per hour, which is still very good, you know. So now Wargaming deciding to introduce Tier 9 vehicles just feels like, and this is a cynical approach, that Wargaming wants you to make less credits, because all of a sudden, you as a Tier 8 Premium needs to actually take some gold ammunition with you. Because, well, good luck trying to penetrate a buffed E75 from the front with, for example, a 703 or a Defender. Or good luck having to fight against an E50 with your Progetto. And that's just the texture tanks, because obviously the reward vehicles will be allowed as well. Sure, the Kunze-Runze isn't going to be a big issue. It's a sniper, it's alright, doesn't matter. Object 77777777, not a problem. It's a bad heavy tank. AP1, well, this one is a rather good strong tank. Sharpshooter 4, it lacks a little bit of DPM, so it won't be a big issue. And the K91 PT, it's dog shit. You know, it's very, very big dog shit. It's dog poo-poo. But what about this thing? I know it doesn't have the best armor on the whole, but the turret is pretty decent. You know, it has a very good gun depression. 8 degrees, it has a good gun. DPM is okay. Mobility is strong. I don't know. What about the Tier 9 Chieftain, like the Concept 1B? Yeah. Look. Introducing Tier 9 tanks into Frontline is a big double-edged sword. I wanna just say as it is. The pros are definitely that, for example, dominating premium tanks like the Borask, the EBR-75 FL10, the Progetto, and so on and so forth will have some issues, and it will be less likely to see so many of them. That is point one. However, all the other Tier 8 tanks, AKB5, Defender, IS-3, Pantera, they all see those tanks as well. So they will have issues with penetrating them as well. Maybe Wargaming just wants to try and spice it up, make it more interesting, try to do what some community members said, like, hey, maybe try to think about a Tier 7 one, or a Tier 6 one, Frontline, or even Tier 9 and Tier 10 one. But I think the majority of the community which said this would be a good idea, said it because they wanted to have it separate. Not Tier 9 and Tier 8 and Tier 9 mixed. Because in the end, Frontline was basically the way for Tier 8s to hide from Tier 9s and from Tier 10s. So it is double frustrating now that now you're not able to hide anymore and will sooner or later facing Tier 9s as well. And a defender in a defense in a good position, and there are loads of good position, will be infinitely stronger than a T28. The Tortoise, the buff Tortoise, with basically no weak spot anymore if you hide this side, you know, 4000 DPM without any crew, we can bump that up to nothing because this crew is actually from my Conqueror, but you will be able to get like, I think, for 4.2k with Wents, with rations and stuff. This thing, incredible good hold down tank, and obviously Concept 1B, you know, and other reward vehicles. It's frustrating, I don't know. I really do hope that it's just a test for maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and the other 2 they decide, nope, community hates it, let's remove it. But we'll never know. Again, I might be a little bit cynical right now, but I feel like Wargaming did this change to try and lower the credit income. As you've seen, the filter modification straight out said that it is trying to be a credit sink. Don't get me wrong, I would have liked to see Tier 9 and Tier 10 separate Frontline. It is interesting to see different tank types and different tanks in general. But mixing them again, simply not what we asked for, I feel like. And lastly, you're able to get rental vehicles. You get the T32 FL, you get the T44 and the Ferdinand. And obviously you're able to get the tanks like the E50, T54, AMX M4, WZ, T30, Jag Tiger, and the Stridswagen 1030. About those tanks, it will be interesting to see if Wargaming decides to give them as stock or if give them as fully elite, spaded, if you would say in War Thunder jargon. Let's hope it will be spaded, will be elite. Otherwise it will be super stupid. And if it would not be elite and it would be just stock, it would be cool to unlock the modules for detective vehicles, you know? So you have a win-win. And obviously you are able to get the M46 pattern and the Conqueror for free, and you are able to gain 2 more vehicles by achieving the 2nd and the 5th frontline tiers, the one which we discussed previously. So again, maybe our assumption is wrong and Wargaming gives us more rewards because we couldn't see that in this other, in this diagram right here. Because again, 3rd and 5th, I think we will get another Tier 9 rental vehicle. I already talked about what I wanted to say. I already talked about the issues I'm having with the Tier 9 vehicles, and I will be very much interested to see what you think about this. I don't think we still have time left to change Wargaming's mind on this topic, and we'll most likely have a whole episode of Tier 9s only. We can just hope that most likely Wargaming is going to listen to us again in 2022, and they're going to change that stuff. I will be very much interested to know what you think about this topic, because again, I am more or less against it. It just once again feels like Wargaming has to introduce for every good change a bad change, or a change which the community didn't ask for. That is frustrating as a community contributor to constantly swallow. I want to see the game flourish, and I know roughly what my community wants, because in the end, most of you will support the topics and the ideas I propose, because this is exactly why you are coming to me. Because I am basically showing you something you want to see, and showing you, or basically being your megaphone to Wargaming and to other communities. So yeah, it's still interesting to see though what you think about this Tier 9 topic. So let me know in the comment section below. Obviously it's amazing for the YouTube algorithm as well, because it shows that you care for this video, so they might promote it even more. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe. I actually forgot to do a very, very important thing right here, which is we achieved 12,000 subscribers on YouTube. That is amazing. We are now over both channels almost 22,000 strong, which is amazing to think about it. And with just the English channel, we are almost doubled in size than what the village I'm living in has people, inhabitants. That is amazing. Thank you so much for the 12,000. You are amazing. I hope to see you around, and good luck on the battlefield. What a voice crack though.